I'm still in awe every week of the ways that life opens up the paths, even when we think we've hit a dead end. And it's just, we just have to open our eyes a little bit more. I've taken this last month or so to really move into a place of reflection. I've had a lot of time alone during the day, unpacking, decorating, searching for just the right thing and finding, putting in the intention. I received the house off my vision board and then I went to town and decided, okay, what do I want in my space? And got the picture in my mind and went out and found it. And almost everything was free to a huge discount. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things though today. Number one, I've been really thinking about the law of transmutation. If you haven't seen the laws, look in the just look in all of the videos for the universal laws. There's a playlist of universal laws YouTube, or if you're watching this in my group, then it's in the guides. And the law of transmutation, just to be super brief, is the way I describe it is the way Leslie Householder did with the molecule H2O. In the atmosphere, there's all these molecules, but they're far enough apart that they're just vapor. It's just up there. It's just vapor. And as they gather, as they accumulate and get heavier, we know what happens. It turns to water and it falls, and we have this water. And water is the best at applying to the law of least resistance. It just flows. And because it flows and there's no resistance, it can take down a mountain. It carves out its own way because it takes the path of least resistance. And that's how I like to lead my life, in flow. However, there are some stoppers, like when things outside circumstances are added to that water. We have adding cold, we get ice, and ice doesn't flow. You think about a mountain with rainfall, and it creates streams, new lakes, all kinds of things. This water pools together and moves. But when it's frozen, it's stopped. And what are we? We are mostly water. When we're figuratively frozen, we're stopped, we're blocked. That's when we feel anxiety and we don't want to step into moving forward, even if we have the direction. I saw on a post, whatever, stop praying for God to give you the path if you're not willing to take the steps, and something like that. But how many of us reach out and ask either humans or God to show me the way, just show me what I need to do? And then when you get shown what to do, you're like, yeah, but not that. Been there, done that all the time. But the movement is taking the steps, the fluidity. And when we're frozen in place, we don't have that progress. And then there's another one. When we add more heat, it dissipates. So all of the benefit of that water and movement, it just dissipates and scatters. And I know for myself, if you think about humans, when we add some heat, some of us shut down. We slow the molecules. Just we depression creeps in. We get tired. We don't have the energy. We're just it's too blah. And so you end up sleeping in or laying on the couch, or I don't feel like it. I don't have the energy for that. You've been there? Okay, so, but you're the same person. That H2O molecule is the same thing. It just is transmuted into different types of the same molecule, depending on what the outside influence are. So, why am I talking about this? Because we all do it. Energy is not created or destroyed, it's only transmuted into something else. Our cells, we think about our cells that have perfect purpose, And you can take a protein, the basic protein, and it becomes cells for so many different things. It can be a heart cell, a lung cell, a skin cell, and it lives out its purpose until something shifts. When it's moving in the way it was intended to be, it's very helpful. But if that cell gets transmuted by something that takes it away from its perfection, we call it cancer. Marianne Williamson talks about that. I love it. We, as people, all have this internal direction, our internal compass, right? And when we're not moving in that direction, we feel off. We feel frozen or we feel lethargic. And either way, we're not getting the momentum. We're not moving forward. Where it's like that cancerous cell. We've shifted into something that we were not intended to be. So, how do we change that? Just do it. You decide that failure isn't so bad, and so you can be brave. Brave never meant that you weren't scared. I'm sure you've all heard that. Bravery isn't fearless. Bravery is feeling that fear come up and being wise enough to assess it and understand this fear is not going to kill me. This fear is going to grow me. And so we're doing it, even if people laugh. Which brings me my next thing.